So you've just opened up a new account with a supplier. What are the steps that you need to take to ensure that you're going to be profitable, but not just now, but far into the future as well? There are many different ways that you can approach this. Firstly, how do you determine whether a supplier is good or bad? What I like to do is I like to scan them using Astro Advanced Analytics. If they have too many ASINs that are 1 and 2 stars, I know that I can ignore them. But if they have hundreds of ASINs that are 3, 4, and 5 Astro score ASINs, I know that this supplier is worth looking into and spending some more time on. I've been selling on Amazon for almost 8 years, so I've reached out to countless suppliers throughout my Amazon journey. Now I have my 3 or 4 established suppliers that I order from monthly and sometimes even twice a month from some of them, but I haven't been looking into new suppliers too much. But recently I saw that I had a bit of excess capital and I need to allocate that somewhere, because you can't put your capital on the sideline. It needs to be in play, making money for you every single month. So I had my VA do some research and find me some new suppliers. They found a few for me and I reached out to a couple of them. One of them though looks like an absolute gem. I had my VA create shortlist using Astro for this supplier and they looked awesome. So many ASINs with more than 50% ROI and nice chunks of profit. Sales volume was so-and-so, but it still has great potential to make a lot of money. Now, lo and behold, when I tried to create these ASINs in my inventory, on a lot of these ASINs, I was gated, which really sucked. I was gated on around 80% of the products on the shortlist, but that means on the other 20%, I'm not gated. So I took a good deep dive into those products. Now, only doing test orders, not buying the full amount, I could come up with a $6,000 purchase order, which obviously is a nice purchase order when you're making your first order from a supplier. This first order is the one that you try to build a relationship with them. You want to build a relationship and you want to nurture that relationship. If you can continue making purchase orders of that size, it's not that big, I get it, but if you can keep making purchase orders, you'll build a relationship with them and hopefully that could lead to more things. So now what am I going to do about the 80% of the products that look real good, but I'm gated on? There are 2 ways I'm going to approach this. The first way is using pro forma invoices. What is a pro forma invoice? It's basically an invoice or a presentation of an invoice that a supplier might offer you so you can actually confirm if the products that you're going to be ordering are correct or not. Now, it's not an official invoice, but it looks like one. You can use this to submit it to Amazon, even though it's not part of Amazon's policy to allow pro forma invoices, but sometimes they pass through and you can actually manage to get ungated using a pro forma invoice. So I'm going to attempt to build a good relationship with my sales rep and ask for some pro forma invoices. If they offer it, great. I'm going to use it as often as I can to try to get ungated on as many of these brands as I can to sell them on Amazon, because there's a lot of profit in these brands. Now, in the case that this supplier doesn't offer pro forma invoices, then I'm going to come to option number 2. Option number 2 is to actually buy the stuff. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of option number 2 because it means that you're putting up money, you're risking your capital, and you might not even get ungated. So I don't like it that much, but if you're going to do it, you're going to do it smart. What does that mean? So in my shortlist, I sort the brands from A to Z and I look at every single brand by brand. Now, some of the products, they might be $55, they might be $110, they might be $20 worth for each unit. But Amazon wants an invoice with at least 10 units, sometimes 100 units, sometimes 200 units. So I'm not going to spend 100 times $55, which is $5,500. I'm not going to spend that much trying to get ungated. That's just silly. But all the cases where they're asking for 10 units or maybe sometimes 100 units, I can start looking into that. Now, I'm not going to buy the most expensive product from the brand. I'm going to look for the cheapest product that this brand has that I can actually sell on Amazon. So if they have a product that's only $2.99 and I only need to show an invoice with 10 units, I'm going to buy 10 units of that, even if it's not profitable on Amazon. Even if I got a $1 or $5 loss, it doesn't matter. It's the ASIN that I'm going to use to get ungated for the entire brand, and the brand might have some gems in it. So think of it this way. You're spending $30 to get ungated, basically. Now, in the case where they're asking for 100 units, it's a bit of a risk because that means I'll have to spend $299, $2.99 times 100 to try to get ungated. Is it worth it? I have to look at the entire brand, at my purchase order, at all the products, and really understand, is it worth risking $300 to get ungated for the rest of these products that might make me $1,000 every single month? Is it worth it? Now, that's a decision that I have to make when I'm looking at the options in front of me. But in many cases, it's going to be profitable long term, and I'm willing to do it. The key to success with a supplier is nurturing the relationship. Now, what does nurturing actually mean? It means buying from them often, not being an annoying customer of theirs, and being the answer to their problems, being the solution to their issues. For example, one thing that I like to do is I like to buy some of the products that they have trouble moving. Luckily, I have Astro, and that finds both the fast moving ASINs and even the very slow moving ASINs with a lot of profit. So I try to buy it all. By buying the slow moving along with the fast moving products, that makes them even happier because they can get rid of some of the stock that's been sitting on their shelves for many, many months. So I'm the solution to their problems. Nurture that relationship, buy from them often. Don't be annoying. Don't ask silly questions. Don't return your items too often. Do all this stuff very often, and then you'll be able to get nice discounts on your products and make even more money and place even larger orders. I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, drop a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you want to have access to me and other like-minded individuals, join my Telegram group. And if you want to have access to Astro, you can look at the description below, or you can also join the Telegram group where there's a lot of discussions regarding how to use Astro, how to make the most out of it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.